You know, when I go to do any kind of demos, I take this all with me. I set up shop and basically do presentations to help people understand that you don't have to have a lot of money to eat well.
Yeah, but you have to have basic hygiene. How do you teach a cooking class with no underwear? What's up guys, this is your boy Alan again, back with another video, and today we're gonna check out this video I found. It's called Cooking a 5-Star Meal with Dumpster Food. But before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's go check this out. What is he doing walking around with a pot?
Hey neighbor, how you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Good, good. Can I get some ice from you?
I have water.
You don't have ice?
No.
Oh, okay.
They both don't have ice? So what, both of them don't have a freezer?
All right, bye-bye.
Hey,
How are you?
pretty good. How are you?
Good. Can I borrow some ice?
Gotcha.
Yeah, totally not weird that a camera crew is following you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It's the best way to get ice without having to pay for it when you don't have a refrigerator. Ask the neighbors.
This guy has no refrigerator. Where does he put his groceries?
Ron's a great neighbor. He stops and asks to borrow flour, sugar, whatever, a lot.
Bye-bye.
What a nuisance. So he's basically a freeloader in this neighborhood. That's probably why that guy didn't let him in, because he doesn't want to. It's kind of like, you know, when you have a dog that the owner is like, don't feed him, otherwise he's going to follow you forever, and you give him the little treat and the dog starts following him. That's probably what happened. He probably let him borrow something before, and they're like, no, if I give him ice, then he's going to come back and bother me for other stuff. So yeah, he's probably dealt with him before.
He's very frugal.
Frugal and being a freeloader is two different things.
I'm a foodie. I love everything to do with food. I think people can enjoy a foodie lifestyle on a cheap budget.
It's not cheap when you have to borrow things for your neighbors. There's a difference between being cheap and frugal and being a freeloader. If you're gonna keep asking your neighbors for ingredients, that's not living a cheap life. You're still financially dependent on somebody else.
Anything other than food is a waste.
This guy doesn't even have any furniture.
I got the apartment a few years ago. I don't see the need to spend money on furniture.
No way. Furniture is an asset. He's literally sitting on the floor eating breakfast.
Floor guy. I sit on the floor and it's very comfortable.
Dude, this place is huge. Why not just get a smaller place and use the savings that you get from rent and buy some furniture so you don't get lower back problems?
I mean, it's just tossing money into the trash receptacle. That's what I think of furniture.
What? How is this guy raised? He thinks a bed is trash?
I worked for a cookware company that always puts on displays, presentations. And what happens is a lot of manufacturers send me samples of their product.
There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people who actually get, you know, free cameras to review for their YouTube videos. So yeah, you can get a lot of good stuff, especially work in the industry. I've gotten free stuff because I work in the industry. I'm not sure if that's a strategy, but like definitely me being a bartender, that wasn't my intention to get free stuff. Don't tell me that's his bed. He's gonna sleep on styrofoam peanuts? That's toxic.
What I did was I found some 2x4s, and these are styrofoam peanuts. So I just take all the peanuts, throw them in there, and then I cover it up with bubble wrap, and then this is a tablecloth, and it makes a perfect bed.
Oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. This guy, he sleeps on packing materials and a freaking, a tablecloth as a mattress cover. It's plastic. It's gonna slide around.
The average cost to furnish a one-bedroom house is $2,000, and clothing expenses for a single professional can reach $400 a year. Ron spends a total of $20 decking out both his house and his closet.
He has 4 shirts? How long does he wear one before he washes them? You could go to like a Goodwill or somewhere and get clothes for nearly free.
1, 2, 3 shirts and 2 pairs of shorts.
3 shirts. So he lives his life with 3 t-shirts. Doesn't he have a jacket for when it's cold?
And that's it. And by the way, I own no underwear and no socks.
Jesus! This is basic. You do not have to sacrifice your hygiene if you want to be frugal. No underwear? What is he doing? Why is he's gonna ask me for more ice?
I teach cooking classes.
If you teach cooking classes, where does that money go? Why aren't you buying basic necessities? How do you teach a cooking class and not even have a table to eat off of?
You know, when I go to do any kind of demos, I take this all with me. I set up shop and basically do presentations to help people understand that you don't have to have a lot of money to eat well.
Yeah, but you have to have basic hygiene. Like, how do you teach a cooking class with no underwear? He showers with his clothes? Is that how he cleans his clothes, by showering with them? Why is he showering with his clothes on? Is he just gonna walk around with wet clothes?
Taking showers outside, washing all my clothes at the same time, saves me so much money.
No, you can't wash your clothes with the same soap that you wash your body with. It's not hair, body, and shirt.
You get to get your shower. You get to get your clothing clean. You didn't spend a dime.
How are you gonna get it dried? Just lay out in the sun?
I never care what other people think. They'll look at me and I'll get looks. And you know what? I want to take a shower, and I'm saving a whole lot of money. And what's wrong with that?
Each time Ron showers,
This is not, you're not really clean. The shirt blocks you from washing your armpits, and you're just washing outside your shirt. You're not just, the shirt is in the way from washing your body.
Well,
No way. Is this guy homeless? Why is he going through the garbage? I mean, he has a huge apartment. Where is his money going?
people in Southern California go to the beach a lot, and the most important thing is they drink wine, and they throw sometimes bottles out that contain wine.
How much wine? What, he's gonna find like and marry little leftover wine to make some kind of hobo cuvee? Jeez, okay. A lot of people on the beaches, they drink directly out of the bottle. That means it's like saliva that might be in that bottle.
All right. When I find any, I'll pour it into the tube. It's going right into the box.
Oh no! First, even if there was no saliva in that bottle, wine goes bad. Especially when it's not refrigerated. Like, how long, especially in this beach, it could be possibly very hot. So a lot of this wine is probably gone bad. And he's mixing them all together?
If you want to go out and have a drink, you're probably going to be spending at least $10 for a glass of Cabernet or Merlot. This way of finding wine costs you nothing.
Wine is not a necessity, it's a luxury. You don't have to go through garbage and getting people's leftover wine that probably has gone bad and has people's saliva on it.
These are lamb's quarters, a weed that's completely edible, part of the spinach family.
I love foraging, but you don't forage a plant that's against the wall. You know what people do when they drink alcohol and the bathrooms are full? Like, how do you know nobody peed on those leaves? Even if it's not a person, it could have been like a dog.
Fresh cilantro costs about $1.99 a bunch. Popolo is a weed growing all over Los Angeles, and it's known as the summer cilantro. By picking wild herbs and
You should have, like I said, this is a corner now. Like, definitely some people must have peed in this corner.
vegetables growing in the cracks of the street, I would say
Yeah, also the quality of the soil is not great. A plant is only as good and healthy as the nutrients that has been given to them. If they're growing on the sidewalk, they're absorbing all these chemicals from the cars that are driving by. That's why you should never pick rosemary if it's by a road, even if it smells really good. Or fennel or anything that you might see that naturally is edible, but if it's by the road, you should not eat it because you don't know what chemicals and carcinogens are in those plants.
who locked
He's going through the dumpster for what, more wine?
trash? Excellent. Oh, yeah.
Is this like a back of a restaurant?
Lots of lobster. Look at this. This is a gold mine, man.
This is lobster that someone ate already. Lobster is a luxury dish. You don't need to risk yourself getting parasites for this. This is not even about being frugal. This is a health hazard. You don't know if you even shared a fork, you can get hepatitis A from that. You don't know how long these have been sitting in the trash, and they're mixed with different people's saliva.
Shells are great. You know, you throw them into a pot of water, and all the meat will boil right out. When I pick up a...
Dude, this is dangerous. These toxins that can come up from food that's been in the heat, sometimes these toxins won't get denatured from boiling. Like, boiling water is not even hot enough. You might kill the bacteria that created these toxins, but they might not be inactivated by heat. So you can still get poisoned from this.
discarded shell, I'm seeing all kinds of meat. I'm seeing things that weren't eaten within that lobster. Wonderful. That are extremely valuable, especially when
You don't know what happened. You can't. This is not being cheap. This is dangerous. You should not be risking your health foraging and leftover seafood in the back of a restaurant. The health, let's say you get hospitalized. Then what happened to all that money that you saved?
paying what, $30, $35 a pound at least? Look at this. I mean, who leaves the table like this? Wow.
Dude, you can't just, you don't know how long it's been sitting there. This is not safe.
Cooking instructor Ron Maestri runs a class called Gourmet Meals on a Fast Food Budget.
That's for his class? Don't tell me he picked up this garbage to teach a class for cooking?
For $40, students can learn how to make meals for next to nothing.
6 people.
And people have to pay for this? $40 to cook garbage?
Are coming to the cooking class. I have all of my students participate.
Oh my god, he brought the hobo wine for the class?
And serve them the dinner that we all prepare.
Dude, he's gonna spread hepatitis A to the students.
Hey, how are you? Welcome. Grab a glass of wine. Make yourself comfortable.
Jeez, don't tell me he's gonna drink that hobo wine.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to create a really great dish that is my specialty, and I think you'll enjoy it. Sounds good? All right. Does anybody want any more wine?
Why not?
All right, let's do some
Oh my god, he drank it! This can't be real.
wine here.
How much wine did he find in the trash? Why is he blending the wine?
I could turn any cheap wine into a fine wine.
What? You can't, because it's already subject to oxidation and heat and has people's saliva on it.
This is actually a hyper decanting process. You take the wine, any inexpensive wine, and pour it into the blender.
You can't. Wine doesn't get better from decanting. That's not what decanting does. You only decant wines that are very old, generally high tannin wines that have been aged for at least 10 years or more. You don't decant wine that's been sitting out in the sun and exposed to oxygen. It's already done. It does not reverse the damage that's done by heat and oxidation.
And give it about 30 seconds, and it will take any inexpensive wine and will make it taste expensive.
No, that's not. This is complete BS. You need good grapes. You need good winemaking process. Like, you cannot make a wine taste great by manipulation.
It's really nice.
And plus, it's a blend of random white wines. Like, it's not even. I honestly don't even know what to say. This is upsetting me more than I thought it was going to.
So how cheap a wine can we actually go?
I spent nothing for this wine. Got it out of the trash can. I just poured out whatever they didn't drink. It's not like they drank it and then spit it back out. They didn't get to it.
Dude, do they know that they were signing up for this? It looked like they just found out what this class is about.
It's a little sketchy, but I never would have thought it would have been as good as it was.
Okay.
You don't know if it has diseases. Most people at the beach, not most, but a lot of people don't bring cups because they don't want to get caught, especially when alcohol is not allowed in the beach. So they put it in a bag to cover it up and they just swig it directly off of the bottle. Even if it tastes good, you can't guarantee that you're not going to get sick from it.
Why don't I get you guys busy? Why don't you each open up one of those cans of tuna fish? Now for this, I would not recommend tuna fish in oil. I would recommend tuna fish in water.
I thought he was going to say, I don't recommend tuna fish from the trash. So not only does he pick food out of the trash, but he's also picky about it. Oh, I eat trash, but I still have standards.
What we're going to be doing is a version of lobster thermidor. But what happens if you can't afford lobster? We're going to replace the meat with tuna.
No, you just don't eat lobster. It's not a necessity. You don't need to eat lobster to survive. You should not pick up lobster out of the trash to experience luxury. It's not worth the medical bills.
This is a real easy, simple way to do this. And
They are like, this is not what we signed up for.
Bet you no one will know the difference. Lobster costs...
They're not the same. You have one's a fish and the other one is a crustacean.
We have our mustard. Notice they're mustard packets. Mustard, ketchup, salt, pepper, sugar.
I mean, at least you don't have to go through the trash for those.
And then we will mix it all around. Now, I don't feel it's necessary to go out and buy utensils for any reason. Just take a wire hanger, stretch it.
You don't know what kind of clothes were on that clothes hanger. And you don't know if the paint or material of the clothes hanger is food safe.
And then give it one of these to bring it together. And now, what I've just created is my own homemade whisk. Works just as well, and it costs you nothing.
You might as well use a fork. There's some forks right there. Why would you pick up a clothes hanger that you found in the trash? You don't know where it's been.
This is like really tough to do.
Yeah, because it's not the right tools.
This is a total blast. This makes me very, very happy. Getting everybody involved made a big difference because everyone can see just how simple it is to do.
It's not simple. You went through the trash. There's a lot of health risks. Even just digging up the dumpster itself could be a criminal violation.
I'm actually really interested in to see what it comes out tasting like because of the change from lobster to tuna. You know, it smells like it, looks like it. You know, we're gonna find out if it tastes.
No, tuna. If it tastes like lobster, then these people have no idea what a lobster tastes like.
It smells interesting.
Smells interesting.
What we've done is we've created lobster thermidor that cost less than a couple of dollars each person. Bon appetit, everyone. Oh, wait. Bon appetit.
I don't think Julia Child ever told people to eat garbage.
Very good, very good. Wow.
I enjoyed this dinner actually a lot. It didn't have no strong fish taste to it.
Did they even know that the lobster was also from a trash? That would probably have changed their perception of whether or not this dish was good.
All of the greens that you're eating grow wild through the sidewalk. I was picking off the side of the street. You really just have to know what you're looking for. As far
Yeah, it's also not safe. There are things like hemlock that look like carrots, and they are lethal, and they grow in parks. So you don't know, unless you're an expert forager, you should not be picking up wild greens on the street.
I got the lobster tails from a dumpster. I went to a seafood restaurant and picked out all the lobster tail. We used the shells, we used the meat.
See, now they went from confused to pretty much angry. Like, I'd be angry too if somebody fed me garbage.
It was inside and left over, and I made this incredible broth. And you're
He's like, wow, I'm totally gonna sue you.
eating it. Everything that I did was not unsanitary. Everything was rinsed. I put those shells.
That doesn't matter if you rinse it. There's foodborne illnesses by having food left out in warm temperatures, especially in the hot Los Angeles sun.
Into the stock so it would boil out bacteria. Does it change the way it tastes?
It doesn't deactivate heat-resistant toxins.
I actually enjoyed the meal a lot. That's the irony part about it, that you find out that you basically were eating everybody's leftovers, but it turned into a great meal.
That's not a great meal. Just eat the canned tuna. You don't have to flavor it with trash and street greens.
They came here with the desire to learn something new. Everyone was very, very receptive. It really.
You didn't have to make them eat garbage to... You could have just told them about it. I would have just been like, okay, if this was a survival class, that would have been great. But this is not a survival class. You might have given this group of people food poisoning.
Really was a success as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's before the lawsuits come in.
I am never going to stop being cheap because there's so much pleasure.
This is not being cheap. Just eat your tuna, just eat your ramen. You don't have to get seafood from the back of a dumpster. This is not even safe. Hey, if you enjoyed that, don't forget to check out these other videos. I can't do it. What did I just watch? Hey, if you enjoyed that, don't forget to check out these other videos as well. And please leave on the comment section on what videos I should react to next. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.